Alberta is in a jobs crisis. 183,000 Albertans are unemployed. That's 43,000 more people out of work than when the NDP came to office. 48,000 full-time jobs have been lost in the last 4 years alone. Unemployment has gone up in 7 of the past 9 months to the highest jobless rate outside of Atlantic Canada. Calgary has the highest level of unemployment of any Canadian city, and Edmonton the 3rd highest. Tens of thousands of Albertans have given up looking for work, and employment for young Alberta men in particular is at its lowest level in statistical history. Average after-tax family incomes are down by a shocking $6,400 per year under the NDP. Our economy is 3.2% smaller than when the NDP came to office. Economists like Trevor Tombe are now speculating that we may now be in the NDP's 2nd recession. The NDP is digging us into a $100 billion debt hole. They're spending more in interest on their debt than they are on 19 of the 23 Alberta government departments. And the NDP has the worst economic record of any Alberta government since the Great Depression 9 decades ago. Today's throne speech said nothing about this jobs crisis, nothing about this economic crisis, nothing about getting Albertans back to work, and nothing about bringing jobs back to Alberta. It says nothing about a plan to get pipelines actually built or to stand up for Alberta against their ally Justin Trudeau and the left-wing special interests that are doing everything they can to landlock our resources. In their last speech from the throne, after months of mocking United Conservatives urging them to do so, the NDP triumphantly claimed that they would, quote, turn off the taps to British Columbia if that province's NDP government didn't stop its efforts against the Trans Mountain Pipeline. Well, they never followed through. John Horgan called Premier Notley's bluff, and today the British Columbia New Democrat government is in court arguing still against the Trans Mountain Pipeline, trying to block it. On Friday, a U.S. appeals court ruled against the needed Keystone XL pipeline, and Alberta's NDP government has remained silent since. Today's throne speech shows zero recognition of the catastrophic failure of the NDP's political alliance with Justin Trudeau. The NDP opposition to Northern Gateway is one of the reasons that Mr. Trudeau killed it. The NDP told Alberta's representative in Washington to, quote, down tools on trying to get approval of Keystone XL. And sure enough, there was a presidential veto, which they did not protest. They did nothing to fight back against the Trudeau government killing Energy East. And now, Mr. Trudeau has given us the tanker ban and his No More Pipelines Law Bill C-69. On the issues that matter most to Albertans, this throne speech is silent, and this government a complete failure. A failure on jobs, on the economy, on pipelines, and on standing up for Alberta. We need a government that is focused on getting this province back to work, on creating jobs, on building pipelines, and on fighting for Alberta. Instead of bringing back a lame duck session of the legislature, the Premier should stop campaigning at taxpayers' expense, and she should let the people decide. And so I repeat the same call I've been making every day since February the 1st. Stop the charade. Stop hiding from voters. Call the election, and let Albertans choose a government that will clean up the NDP's economic mess, stand up for Alberta, and get this province back to work. Happy to take your questions.
Mr. Kenney, why was your Deputy Chief of Staff providing sustained support over a number of months for a rival leadership candidate?
Well, I was clear that from when I first asked about this, that our two campaigns were communicating, and that would be normal in a competitive